And the doctor is in. Today it's pediatrician Dr. Robert Whitrock from St. John Pediatric and Adolescent Medicine. Thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
We're talking about HPV and what cancers HPV can cause, as well as why that vaccination is important. So we've got a lot of ground to cover. Let's start with what ages you think is best for young folks to get HPV, and boys or girls.
Right. So usually we recommend the vaccination. It starts from age 8 to 14, and that's a 2-dose series. And then from 14, and they just allowed it to be up to 45 years of age, and that's a 3-dose series. Both males and females should get it, while girls kind of are the ones who get the cancers typically from this. Guys tend to be the carriers of the virus. So going back a little bit, just kind of vaccines in general, insanely safe, insanely protective, probably one of the greatest things our society's ever done for itself to improve our overall health. Things like smallpox, used to wipe out civilizations. We don't see that anymore. Polio affected one of the greatest, presidents in history. He was paralyzed. We don't see that anymore. But people think of these, vaccine preventable diseases as, things that we don't really see anymore. But HPV is still very prevalent, and that's kind of the big fight that we can do. So HPV, human papillomavirus, is, sorry this is a little bit of a PG-13 topic because we're talking about STDs. It's the most prevalent STD. About 90 to 80% of all adults will have it in their life. Most of the time they won't realize it, but when they do, it can be deadly. It causes warts, cervical cancer, throat cancer, as well as 4 other types of cancers. Approximately about 27,000 new cervical cancer cases come about each year. That's the BOK Center times 2.
Wow.
So that's a lot of people. But now we have this vaccine that's been out for about the past 15, 20 years, and that prevalence has halved since we've been doing it, which is really, really awesome and great. So basically, I'm just here trying to push for more of that vaccination, so then hopefully we can eradicate this disease. And not only are we eradicating a disease, we're eradicating a cancer. So why do you need a cure for cancer if you can prevent it from happening in the first place? Well,
and you say you can get this vaccination as young as 8 years old, and I'm sure a lot of parents are thinking, STDs, 8 years old, no. That may make them a little bit uncomfortable.
Sure, totally understandable. I think, it's kind of preparing them for whenever they're that age. And like I said, it's just insanely prevalent. And it's not really a question of when will my kid become sexually active. I don't think you guys necessarily need to have that talk, but it's so prevalent that it's likely something that they could be exposed to and something that could really help them long term in life.
All right. Great advice. Thank you, Dr. Whitrock. We appreciate you being here. If you have a question for today's doctor or any of the doctors on the Noon Show, email them to us at noonshow@newson6.net, or you can send your questions to Facebook. Thank you again.